Mishi?
Okay, yeah. Oh, no, we're doing Tanya first. So it's Friday, the 28th of Av, August 22nd, and we are ending today in the Daily Tanya, the Epistle 8, the 8th communal letter that the Alter Rebbe wrote to his Hasidim to encourage them, despite financial hardship, to give charity. And along the way, he explains the incredible mystical accomplishments that when a person gives charity, what happens.
Wow.
So yesterday he gave a example from planting a seed. Planting a seed was planting a seed was when you plant a seed, what does that do? The seed is a tiny little seed. It rots, it bonds with the earth as well as sunlight and air and all these things. And it unleashes this huge force of vegetative growth that creates a tree or a stalk. And
Wow.
obviously, a tiny seed to create a beautiful apple tree is a huge leap. But that's what happens because the seed is nothing more than a switch that starts a whole complicated process of vegetative growth from the earth, from the sunlight, from the air, the water, and it makes a huge tree.
Wow.
So too, now we're saying in charity, that is a parable for charity. When a person gives charity, what happens? They are initiating a process from below, um, which is, what did you do? You gave a charity to somebody who was needy. You did a kindness to a receiver, and that causes a series of events in the heavens, in the cosmos, in particular in the address called Malchut, which has a lot of names. Malchut, which is the end, is the holding account of all the creative energies of the 10 Sephiros that God used to create reality. And there's other names for Malchut. Malchut could be Shechina, it could be called Knesset Yisrael, and other names. But it's basically the gathering and the receiving space of all the creative energies from the higher realms of God's manifestation, kind of a holding account. And then from there, Malchut is also called the queen. It births the next world and so on, something like that. The main point is that you're basically triggering the supernal source of the Jewish people or of reality. And you're saying you did some kindness, you're causing the kindness that is in that holding middle station, Malchut. It's a spiritual level, and you're causing the kindness that's within that holding space to shoot down onto you because you, like a seed, you did a little kindness, and it's a catalyst for a whole series of big stuff happening.
You're really doing something much more. You're giving God the opportunity to reveal himself. And that's what's happening.
That's exactly what we're saying. That's exactly what we're saying. By you, again, what is charity at the most elemental level? Somebody is lacking, somebody doesn't have, and you are filling them up. You're being kind to fill them up. You are by that act mirroring God to be kind. What does it mean to be kind? To give to you and to everything in the world, really, but to you, we all are groping in darkness in this world. In what way? By the mere fact that we're in a body, which is an amazing thing, and the body accomplishes amazing things. But as far as revelation, the body blocks your spiritual senses.
Body is a revelation in itself.
100%. It's a unique type of revelation. In the sense of, does your body see God for the most part? No. It could connect to it, but the body sees physical phenomena. The soul, literally the soul, it's a different plane of existence. It's fused with the body, but the soul literally sees godliness everywhere.
Wow.
But the body, this meat suit that we put on, is it's blocking all of that, and it sees everything in physical Phenomenal.
I don't like your term meat suit. That's
Okay,
gross.
that's fine. You can scratch that from the record. But the main point is that the body puts on for important reasons. By the way, it's not just like a negative. There's a certain reason. The body in this lifetime blocks easy access towards spiritual perception. But every day when you pray, prayer essentially is a one time a day that, despite our handicap of the physical body, blocking it, we can perceive in whatever measure we put into it Hashem. Prayers is a window, is like an aperture to see to the heavens.
Wow.
That's what it is. That's prayer. But we know sometimes, a lot of times, prayer, you don't feel it necessarily. You feel a little bit, but not a lot. And you do kavanah, you're thinking about Hashem, you're thinking the meaning of the words, and you're thinking about Hashem and all the meaning of the words, and it's not going. When you give charity along with prayer, sometimes particularly before, but really any charity you do is going to connect to your prayer, you're causing a shortcut of Hashem's kindness, just like you did kindness to someone that was in a dark, a needy place. So too, Hashem's going to reveal the kindness to your, dark and needy place, your body, your mind, your physical encasement.
Wow.
And it's going to light you up. And not just the same. This is the key of this letter. Not just the same of how you, you gave 25 cents, so you're going to get a quarter worth of revelation. It's so much more. Just like the seed goes into the ground and it fuses with the ground and it causes infinitely or innumerably more, reciprocity of an apple tree coming from a tiny seed. Your little charity, or whatever amount of charity you give, is going to cause infinitely more, innumerably more revelation to you as a reward for that.
Wow.
And that explains, back to this ends the communal letter of today's Tanya, communal letter 8, epistle 8. It goes back to again, everything of the Tanya, everything in Hasidism is just decoding verses and Talmudic passages and Zohar. It said a verse, we said in Proverbs, it says that God is Zorea Tzedakos. God sows, he seeds tzedakos, and he causes matzmiach yeshuas, causes deliverances to sprout forth. We said that's a weird type of terminology. You sow tzedakah. I mean, Johnny Appleseed sowed apple trees, right? But sowing tzedakahs is a poetic, different type of way of talking about giving charity. But now we understand it's not just hyperbole. It's exactly the right terminology for giving tzedakah. Because when you give tzedakah, you're planting a seed in the spiritual cosmos, and it's going to deliver so much more. It's going to deliver yeshuas, deliverances. It's going to, what's deliverance? Deliverance is your lack of spiritual illumination that we all suffer from is going to get a deliverance of a revelation from God as a result of your small planting a little bit or a lot of it of charity into the cosmos.